Hello friends, and thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. My name is Stephanie. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. I've got 4 delicious and super easy fall crockpot recipes to share with you guys. You will be getting double the recipes though, because I am collabing with one of my besties here on YouTube, Kelly from Kelly's Corner. If you don't know her yet, you're absolutely going to love her. I'm going to link her channel in her video below, so definitely don't forget to check that out. And let's go ahead and jump into these fall crockpot recipes. Alright, so first up is going to be these French onion pork chops. They were so easy and so delicious. I loved them. These were, I think, my favorite of the week. I've got my ingredients that I used here for you guys, but I'm definitely going to be linking my inspiration below, my Pinterest inspirations below for these recipes. But yeah, I'm just putting pretty much everything into this crock pot here. I've got my liquids and then just my pork chops, my onion soup packet, just to give it like a bunch of onion flavor. I put an actual onion in there, so I was like super onion everything. But anyway, so I seasoned my pork chops, got them down in there, and let that go. I cooked these on low. They're pretty thin. I cooked them on low for about 5 hours, and they were falling apart. They were perfect. So once the pork chops were all cooked through and fall apart and amazing, I went ahead and put a cornstarch slurry in the sauce just to thicken it up, and it was like just the kiss that it needed. And then I went ahead and put a little bit of fresh parsley in there for some color and fanciness, and that was it. So this is what it looked like all plated up, you guys. I just made some brown rice and zucchini with it. This was fantastic. It made such a delicious gravy that just like soaked up in that rice. So good. And the onions were perfect. Oh man, you guys, like I said, this was my favorite, and if you guys try one from this video, please let it be this. Alright, next up is everyone's favorite is chicken gnocchi soup. Copycat, of course. But I've just got a bunch of seasonings here. My spinach, my gnocchi, my onion and celery, carrot, cream, and some bone broth. And this was another quick to throw together one. Again, I got all my seasonings there. You definitely don't need to use all of them, but I basically just threw everything in the pot and got it going, except for the spinach and the cream. I just seasoned everybody up. I will say the lemon pepper just really kind of woke up and just kind of brightened up that creamy flavor or the creaminess of the soup. So I do recommend using the lemon pepper, but again, like I said, I got the Pinterest inspiration like links down below. I just thought that lemon, just a little bit, like it just really brightened it up. But yeah, so I've got literally everything except for the spinach and the cream and the gnocchi down in here. I let that go for 6 hours, and I put in the gnocchi. I let that go for 20 minutes, and I put in my spinach, and once that was all wilted up, I put in my cream, and I let that go for another 30 minutes, and it was done. This was all on high, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Alright, so we got a big bowl of this here. The chicken was like awesome. Like I cut it into chunks and they were just fall apart chunks. Like it was so good. Chicken in the crock pot does not always need to be shredded, and it just gave such good flavor. Everything was in there, the gnocchi, the spinach, the carrots, the onions, the celery, like it was all popping through, and it was super delicious. Of course, this is like, again, the best. Love this soup. Alright guys, and next up is going to be chicken stroganoff. I've got my chicken, some mushroom stock. I kept the seasoning a little bit light because I wanted that mushroom gravy to kind of power through all the different flavors. I've got some parsley for finishing, some onion and some mushroom, some egg yolks, and some heavy cream. And I'm going to throw it all together and make a delicious chicken stroganoff. Alright guys, I went ahead and started by seasoning up my chicken. Then I got my onions and mushrooms in there, and my mushroom stock, of course, and I let that go on low for 6.5 hours, around 7. Then it looked like that, and then I turned it up to high and added in my noodles. That went for about 20 minutes, and they were like perfectly done. So then I added in my mushroom gravy at the end just to finish it off. I let that sit for a little bit so it could soak into the noodles. I added in a touch of cream and my chopped parsley, and this is what it looks like. It was super delicious. I can't recommend using that chicken again because it like had so many like weird white particles that came off of that, and I thought that was weird and gross. But that's just me being weird. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that chicken. But either ways, it was actually not too bad. The flavor was so good of everything else, though. I definitely forgave the chicken. All right, and last but definitely not least, probably my second favorite were these Korean meatballs. Fantastic. Again, I used some of my own like ingredients and I added in some veggies and stuff, but I'll definitely be linking the Pinterest recipe below. Highly recommend trying these. They were so easy and they were just delicious. Loved them. So of course, I liberally sprayed my crock pot so this wouldn't stick. I put my meatballs in there. I got the sauce going. Again, the recipe will be linked down below for what the sauce is supposed to be, not what crazy thing I came up with. But it was still delicious. So I went ahead and poured my sauce over my meatballs, and I noticed it was like not gonna like coat them the way I wanted. So after I added my veggies in there, I thinly sliced them because this wasn't gonna cook very long. But just 2.5 hours on high. But yeah, so I put a little bit of water in there just to kind of give it more sauciness. You guys, like, if you've been with me for a while, know I like to have like extra sauce of stuff, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I went ahead and put a little bit of water, probably about 1/4 cup, and they cooked down beautifully. I went ahead and added a little cornstarch slurry to thicken it up towards the end, and I added in my spinach, and that was it. Alright, so I just topped it with some sesame seeds and a little bit of dried cilantro. This cilantro really like took it over the edge. I love the fresh cilantro that you get with like lots of Korean dishes and Asian dishes. So I just put that on top of this over some white rice. It was awesome. It was done super quickly. It was super easy. Yum. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys got some delicious fall crock pot inspiration. Although these meals can be made at any time of the year, they were all awesome. But anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe for more. Don't forget about my girl Kelly. Like I said, her channel and her link to her video will be posted below, along with all the Pinterest recipes for what you guys have seen in this video here. I hope you guys have a blessed and awesome week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!